I think we made
All
it.
right, we are live. We're live. We made it.
You guys, it has been quite the production to get this set up. We're on a new app right now. So we are live on like how many channels right now, Luke?
I'm on 4 channels right now. How many are you on?
5. I'm on 5 channels. So,
5 channels. That's incredible.
yes. Are you ready to dive into some badass content?
I'm so ready to give some value, get some people fired up. Well, it's a little bit late in UK, but hey, like for anybody else that's not in the UK, I'm gonna get you fired up and just bring this energy into your night and just actually have a good night's sleep. Like, okay, I'm gonna have a badass Friday. I'm ready to go.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And I feel like it's not just motivation. We're going to give you guys, we're going to give you actual strategies and a way to just jumpstart 2022. We want to talk about the 3 badass ways that you can start to align with your purpose and take that with you through the new year. So, Luke, I would love to ask you because you have just done such an incredible job of just growth for you and for your clients. So, how do you feel like you stepped into your purpose?
Mm, how did I step into my purpose? It was really that identification of what truly excites me. Something that I connected with hugely is a lot of the times we have a look and we start doing hobbies and we get excited by all these things that we do. Like, I'm really excited to do this at the weekend, or I'm really excited to do this. But we keep that as our hobby. You need to realize that these things that excite you, these are connected to your purpose. Like, for example, one of my clients recently, she literally was like, I danced for the first time in like years. I was like, that's amazing. She was like, I'm gonna buy some roller skates and I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna find a community and we're just gonna kick ass and like find some more like-minded people. And I was like, that's so beautiful and it's so badass. And it's because she was like, what do I love? Like, what do I truly love? And she was like, I love roller skating and I haven't done it. So I was like, hey,
Mm.
let's do it. So how about you, Jamie?
Mm. Well, I have to say, it's a lot of what you just mentioned. There's so much energy and power when you see somebody stepping into something that they love. It
Mm,
shifts everything. And for me, like my purpose is helping people truly figure out like that they have something inside of them that needs to be in the hands of more people. So they have some type of knowledge. They have a belief inside of them that they're supposed to do and be more. And it's helping them actually step into that, make a living
mm,
from it, and then make it more impactful. Because truthfully, like when we're serving, we're out there, we're showing that we're living our purpose. It changes the freaking world. Like whether it be one person at a time, like if somebody's fully present and they're with themselves, they're living their purpose, like in turn, like the environment is really important to me. And I feel like when people are more present based on the fact that they're doing what they love, they're going to take care of the environment and they're going to show more
right,
kindness and love to the people around them. So that's
right.
really like what inspires me every single day.
Yeah, and what I heard you touch on there is like when it steps you up, you start caring for other things, right? So if you start doing things that you love and you start bringing up that love, like your energy comes up, and then you're only going to have so much of that energy for yourself before other people start magnetizing towards you. You start bringing people towards you and you start accelerating their lives because they're like, hey, I want to be part of this purpose life that you're going for. Like they're going to be like, hey, like I want to jump on this. Like think about what's really powerful for your purpose is like think about all the people that you love in your life, and you may have seen them do things that don't truly align with their best self, and you go, oh, why do you do that? Or I wish this person worked out more, or I wish this person ate a little bit more healthy, or I wish this person stopped smoking, or something like that. But when you start stepping into your better version of yourself and they see you being brighter and they see you stepping forward, they see you enjoying your job, they go, hey, I don't have to do a job that I hate. I can do something that really excites me and I'm going to step forward and do that. That's the
Mhm.
beautiful part about being able to live in your purpose and live in your dream is it's not just about you, it's about everybody around you, whether that's directly through your business, directly through your purpose, but also indirectly through the people that you're connected with as well.
Mm. It's so beautiful and it's so true. It's like a waterfall effect and it's everybody like reaching this level of life and impact that
Mm.
some only dream of, or they don't think it's possible for them. But it's like when you have that absolute clarity and you're like the topic today aligned
Mhm.
in what you're supposed to
Mhm.
be doing, like the world starts to like unfold and put these opportunities in front of you. So if you're
Mhm.
clear on what you want, they're like there for the taking.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that first part of it is really like start connecting with it. And hey, Steve, we just saw you dropping some love in the comments. So thanks,
Yes,
dude.
hello.
So yeah, really, it's like, okay, that number one badass way to align with your purpose is like, hey, like, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what truly lights you up? Hey, you like
Mhm.
go-karting? Maybe that's something that you want to open up for yourself. Like, maybe step towards that. You know, even
Yep.
partying, coming down to partying, like, hey, do you really enjoy seeing other people have a good time? Hey, maybe you're really good at organizing as well. Hey, look, sounds like a party planner. Might be an event, might be a position, might be part of your purpose. Seeing people spread joy and spread love and environment, that might be an opportunity for you. But hey, like, it doesn't have to be these big focal gatherings either. Like, it could be something small. Like, let's say you like making jewelry. You know, you've already caught my attention. I love my jewelry, but like, let's say you like doing that and that's something that you're really good at and you really put your passion into it and you put that love into it. And every single customer that comes through your doors, you just give this warm energy to because you're thank you so much for purchasing stuff that I really created with a lot of love. And then you're creating people that are passionate about your brand. And then that passion that carries into your brand, they're going to then bring that passion into their lives. So
Mm,
it's beautiful because it just magnifies and it just amplifies and it just spreads out and spreads more love to the world. So that's
it's so
essentially the first way, right?
It's so true. But I feel like so often people they don't take that action. And a lot of times they're like afraid of failure or afraid of success, but I feel like if you look at it on a little bit of a deeper level, it's like they're afraid to have to pivot, I think.
Mm,
They're afraid like, okay,
mm,
what if I go down this direction and it doesn't work? But in my
mm,
opinion, now let me know how you feel about this. In my opinion, pivoting is great
mm,
because it shows you that first off, you started and you did the damn thing. But then at one point,
mm,
you realize, you know what? I've shifted. I've outgrown this. I've changed. Maybe you loved
mm,
it for a little while, but then it didn't go much
mm,
further. And so it's realizing when you're on the path and you're doing it and you've started that it's
mm,
okay to pivot. Do you feel
mm.
that way? Do you feel like it's okay to pivot if something's not feeling in alignment with you anymore?
Yeah, I feel that totally. And I can actually take a huge little like self-reflection from that of my very first develop with myself within personal development to what I thought was my purpose. So for a long time, like training was my only thing that kept me going, like training towards like bodybuilding and like gym and whatnot like that. And when I split up from my girlfriend, I said the words, I'm not ever going to suffer like I did from the girlfriend before, from months of depression. I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going down that road. So I booked myself a coach and I said, I'm going to commit to this because I know that this is what I'm truly passionate about right now.
Mm,
Within 3 weeks of being super passionate about one goal, I'd quit my job as a laborer, like a general laborer, to work in music events in COVID because I was like, this is also my passion. I also love music events. So you're noting I'm connecting fitness, which I love, and I
mm,
love music. So I'm connecting the two here and I'm working towards two goals. And then along that road, I hit my bodybuilding goal of getting super lean from the sort of overweight side of things where I was. And then the music event stuff ended up being killed by COVID, which I always knew was going to happen. But hey, I was willing to take a risk, right? And then from there, I was like, hey, so I knew that I wanted to start a music event because when I looked deeper down into it, it was I wanted to offer an opportunity for people to escape that one night, to just change someone's life for that one night. And this is how I transitioned into being a coach because one day I was like, hey, why would I change someone's life for one night when I can change somebody's life for the rest of their life? I was like, big light bulb moment. And then that was that pivot, that essential pivot that needed to happen, which was okay, I've committed to one goal. Now within 3 weeks, I find another thing that excites me and I'm going to commit to that. Okay, now I'm working with these two and they're going, and I'm learning new skills. I'm learning how to communicate with people. I'm feeling more confident. I'm bringing up my energy and vibrations. Okay, hey, these two have crashed. I've still got my fitness going on, but I'm like, this career side of things, like my purpose, like this isn't working. So then I was like, oh, okay, like what is that purpose of the music event? Oh, it's helping people. That's what it is. Here we are. So I don't know about you, Jamie. Is there a time or experience where you felt like, you've committed towards something and then you've had to pivot?
Oh my God. Way too many times. Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
But now that I look back and I think about it, and I did a lot of reflection on this like in the past week actually. And I started to realize that all of the times that I was on a path thinking that it was the right one, going all in, like for example, I sold products on Amazon, and in turn people started asking me like, how are you able to stay at home? How are you traveling and you're still making money? How are you doing all of that? And so that's where I started coaching people, was how to actually sell on Amazon. And
Mm,
so I built a course out. It was selling. I was getting clients that way, and it was going well. But then on the
mhm,
calls, I realized, I was like, I do not like this. I loved
mhm,
teaching people and I loved working with people, but I hated what I was talking about. I was like, I don't
mhm,
like, listen to the course. I teach you how to send the goods from China to the US. Like, you don't need me to, like, why are we talking about this right now? I want to coach you in your soul. And
mhm,
yeah, it just wasn't aligned. And then it circling back to the environmental friendly stuff, there was a guilt associated. But looking
mhm,
back now, I realized that all of those other little projects that I had started weren't
mhm.
meant to succeed, because if they had succeeded, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm
Yeah.
meant to be exactly where I am right now. And so to
Mhm,
everybody listening to this, I don't want you, and I had a call with my client yesterday about this. I don't
mhm,
want you to look back on your past experiences, all the times that you pivoted, or maybe something didn't work or you failed. Like, don't
mhm,
look at that like it's a bad thing. Look at it like it was necessary to learn something that got you to where
mhm,
you are today, because now it's time to step into your purpose and what you're here to
mhm,
do. And that prepped
mhm,
you. You needed that, but it
mhm.
sucks in the moment, and I've been there, and it does suck, but here we are. We're
Yeah,
doing just fine.
yeah, here we are. So
Yes.
I suppose for like a second way, that a second badass way to align with your purpose in 2022, Jamie, I'm gonna leave the ball in your court this time, right?
Ooh.
So number two, throwing it at you. Like, where is it at?
You've gotta get out of your comfort zone. Like,
Hmm.
I think that is it, because so many people know inside of them that they're supposed to do and be more. Like, I
Hmm.
just hear it, like, I'm called to do this. I feel this inside of me. And then for some reason, nothing happens. And then next year rolls around and they're saying the same thing. And so it's like, if you've got that inside of you, you've got to step out of that comfort zone. That's the
Hmm.
step one. So how would you recommend somebody does that? Like, how do they break through that?
Oh, there's many ways, right? And here's the thing. Here's your side of comfort zone. You're kept there because your brain thinks you're safe, right? Like your brain thinks, if I step out this comfort zone, I might die. Like that's where your brain goes, because the brain is it's there to keep us alive, but your brain will keep you in your fearful state the whole time. So you need to realize that you in your comfort zone right now, you're comfortable, but you're also fearful of stepping outside of it. You're scared of
Mhm.
stepping outside the tribe and discovering something new, something that could be a new possibility for you moving forwards. So realize, are you being governed by your fear, by your head? And take a deep breath and ask yourself, okay, what do I truly want to do right now? I shit you not, the first thought that comes up for you is the first thing that you should lean towards doing, because that's your heart saying this is the right decision. And with stepping outside of your comfort zone, it's going to be, how can I get past some of these blocks that are coming up? In what ways can I identify where I've had these blocks come up and I've stepped forward in the past? So you're identifying not only from what you want to do, like we talked about earlier, but you're stepping up in ways that you know that you stepped up outside of your comfort zone in the
Mhm.
past as well. And just realize as well, like, this is just me being brutally honest, is you're not going to get it from the get-go. And I know that's what you're scared about. I know that's what you're fearing. But when you do start to learn it, when you do start to move forward, that's when the beautiful things happen. Like that willingness to be bad at something when you start so that you can be great at it as you move forward, that's so powerful. And if you can just remember that one thing, you're super blessed and super great to just be able to keep transitioning forward. Does that resonate with you, Jamie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then especially the failure bit, because I hear it all the time. Like, there's a lot of fear in people, and it has a way of preventing you from even starting. But it's like, if you lean into that fear and realize that it's there for a reason, like, I just think if you're following your purpose, there's going to be fear involved. There's going to be a little bit of uncertainty because as an entrepreneur, that's what it is. But
Mm.
it can be such a beautiful thing. Like, what's your experience? Like, how have you used fear? And rather than let it cripple you, how have you used fear to propel you forward instead?
Mm. Propel me forward. I might have to take a deep breath on this one.
Mm,
I get up a new story for you.
there we go.
Oh, there's so many situations. So back in university, I was a little bit of a raver. We'll say a little bit of a raver. I took ecstasy twice a week, every single week for 12 weeks. It ruined my relationship. It ruined my degree. It ruined my mental health. This was when I was suicidal as well. And that fear, like, of putting myself in a consistent state and what the repercussions would look like, forced me to change. So there was a situation where I almost got hypothermia because I was pouring cold water on top of myself because I assumed that I was overheating, because that's some of the things that happen when you're on ecstasy. But I wasn't overheating, I was already freezing. But because I was so messed up, I couldn't thermoregulate. I didn't understand what body temperature I was. So I just kept pouring water on myself. So that dangerous situation, you would have thought, oh, Luke must have changed from that. No, I had to still keep doing things, keep pushing my body to the limits before I realized that, look, this isn't serving me a greater purpose at this moment right now. And I had to get involved with some people that were really like dangerous and bad for me, and end up like chilling with those people. And this was right when I started my business, actually, as well. This was right at this pinnacle of this turning point that I said earlier. When I quit the music events, I spent about a month unemployed. I was doing bits and pieces with some personal training, but I was also hanging out with this social group that it made me feel very comfortable. You know, I would chill, I
Mm.
would smoke up, I would do other bits and pieces, and I would just chill with them. And I realized I was going over there to feel comfortable. But I realized as well, I was like, hey, like, if I keep going down this road, like, where am I going to end up? Like, if I keep doing this, like, I can't run a business and help other people when I'm not helping myself right now. So that fear of what I could be if I didn't change was what drove me to change. But what I will say about that is that's not the driving force for me to continuing down on this path. Do I know? Yes, if I stop this path, that I could fall back into that. Yeah, fucking yeah, I do. But at the same time, that's not my driving force. My driving force is that excitement side of things and my why for creating change. So that helping more and more people, spreading my light to the world, being my best, brightest version of myself. Because I know only this version comes out when I'm in servitude for others. If I'm monging and chilling, that's when I know the person that I don't want to be comes back. Does that all kind of make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. I mean, and that's a lot of what people need to step into is like the realization that their life doesn't have to remain the way that it is today. All it
Mm.
takes is a shift, whether it be in your mindset or in your beliefs of what your life could look like. And it's powerful what could happen just looking back, even in a what can happen in a year, right? We just hit the
Mm.
new year, everyone's reflecting. It's wild how much you can do in just 365 days. But
Mm.
I would love to ask you then. So we're on number 3. What
We're on
would
number 3.
your number 3 be?
What would my number three be? I think it's connecting to that why. Like, why do you do what you do? Like, okay, we've got that first point, which is what do you truly want to do? We've got that second point. You're gonna have to remind me here because my mind's going a little bit sporadic.
Comfort
So
zone.
we got second point is getting out of that comfort zone. But
Hmm.
third is that why. Why do
Hmm.
you want to get out of that comfort zone? Why do you want to get where you want to get to? Why do you want to help people in the way that you want to do? Why do you want to spread your love in the passion that you have? Connect your why to the action and things move forward. That's your motivating driving force.
It is.
Like when you have your why, this is why you move forward at an exponential rate. You look at any single person that's successful, they have a deep why.
Mhm.
It's that simple. Like Jamie, I mean, touching base with your why, like, can you share some of that?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is an exercise that I love doing and speaking about. I just feel like so often when you ask somebody why they want to start a business or something, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times, they're like, I look like I'm glitchy. Am I glitchy?
You're a little bit glitchy right now.
Okay. Hopefully it relaxes. All right. No?
We're good. I think we're
Okay.
good.
Okay, cool. Well, a lot of times people start and they say they want freedom, like time or financial freedom, right? But when you look
Mm,
at it deeper than that, I mean, when people start to open up and share more of their reason for wanting something, I mean, it's powerful. So, like you said, when you can get attached to that why and your true reason, I mean, you can do anything you put your mind to because instead of being on self, you're on purpose. You have a bigger
mm,
vision than just you. So, my why is to live the best life possible with the people that I love and to be in absolute control of my life. And I feel like by stepping into my purpose, which is doing exactly what we're doing right now, right? I
mm,
feel like I'm able to do that. And so when I first started down this path, I wasn't sure what any of this would look like. I never, ever, ever would have imagined being on a camera, but
mm,
I realized that that was just a part of it and it just happened naturally. And now we just got to show up for that why
mm,
and that vision every single day because it's just you're on the path. Once you're on the path, you just keep showing up and making moves, and then that momentum happens.
mm.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and I love that being your best version of yourself. Something I speak to somebody every single day I speak to somebody different. And the deep connecting purpose is I'm scared that I'm not going to be the best version of myself because I may say that I don't live life by regrets, but don't bullshit yourself right here because you are living life by regrets. You're
Mhm.
wasting time every single day. You're not doing the things that you said you would do already. And it's the 13th of January. We're 13 days in, and I guarantee you slipped on some of the shit that you said you were going to do this year, or you haven't started. You need to pull yourself out of your head right now and start speaking to yourself like, who do I truly want to be? What does my best version of myself look like? And make it happen because it's not happening without you. You're the only person who can make this happen. Like a lot of people get caught up on like, oh, I'm waiting on this person, I'm waiting on my boyfriend, I'm waiting for my housing situation to change, I'm waiting for my environment. Oh, I'm at my parents right now, I can't do this, or I got some problems with my car, which means I can't step forward with my dream. Stop fucking bullshitting yourself. it's
Yes.
it's straight up that fact. Like, connect to your why. Stop thinking about you. Stop thinking about your small little excuses and go, why do I want to do this? I want to do this because my family deserves to have somebody better than the person who's acting right now. My kids deserve to see somebody who's going to step forward and takes chances, not lives life in fear and is scared by what they do. My family deserve to have somebody who's not going to have to be looked after when they're older because they haven't sorted their life out and put in the systems and wealth that provide that. That's the worst thing. Do you know what? That's one of my biggest fears. Like, fuck that. Because I know I want to have a family, but the last thing that I want to do is have my kids have to take away from their dreams, have to be pulled
Mm.
away from their dreams to focus their energy on me because I didn't put my energy into benefiting myself, not only in my health, but also inside of in my wealth so that I get the care that I need when I need it. It crushes me to death when I see people that literally live their life as a carer, and you're amazing people. This is not me saying that you're not. But is that truly fulfilling? Like, do you feel like you're caring for as many people as you would like to? Like, there is more impact you have to give here. You are an amazing person for who you are, but you have so much more than just one person, that one parent. Like, don't be that person. Look at your, I can tell you right now, if I look at your short-term habits right now for what you do, if you go out regularly on the weekend, if you eat takeaway on the regular, if you don't minimize stress in any kind of way, I can tell you what your life will look like 50 years from now. But when you step away and you start working on yourself and you align to your purpose, everything starts to open up.
Mm, so true. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
told you
so
anytime after 8 p.m. is my energy peaks.
yes. He told me, he was like, we are about to go. Let's do this thing. I was just like taken back because it's so true. And I feel like so often people let something stop them, like societal norms, or like, oh, well, what would my family think? Or, all the things that start to pop up. And then people let somebody else hold them back from reaching that level of impact and level of success that they have inside of them. Or they're worried about what people will think. And it's just like, what do you say to that person? Let's go there. Like somebody's telling themselves, okay, well, I have a successful job right now. My family is really proud of me. I just bought a nice car. Why would I risk all of that to bet it all on myself? Let's
Mm.
open up that, because there's a lot of people who could listen to this who are feeling that type of way.
Because I want to ask you, like, if you're not truly happy for who you are, you need to realize that that doesn't just reflect, like, you can't just fake that. You can't just put on a mask and pretend you're happy. Kids are smart. They'll pick that up at like 5 years old that you're not truly happy. Like, you think you're hiding this shit, you're not. I can guarantee you right now that at some time you're coming back from work because you're unfulfilled and you're exploding that energy into the household. I can
Mm,
guarantee that, yeah, maybe you feel a little bit more confident getting in and out of that car, but is it truly fulfilling you? Is that what your life's purpose is to? And hey, like if you love cars, maybe you want to start selling cars, maybe you want to start racing cars, whatever that may be. If that's your purpose, then cool. But if it's not, what is it doing for you? And if you're worried right now, I want to ask you, what are you worried about? Because you made it up to here, you're still alive right now. You had some amazing experiences in your life. You had life and death situations that literally you've overcome. You have that proof already inside you,
mhm.
but don't allow that proof to just hold you back because you've got it. So let's break through that wall. It's like when people run a marathon, right? And they have like you hit that like wall. It's like that wall is like you in your comfort zone. You've
Mhm.
relied on your natural talent and natural ability so far to get you so far. But I want to ask you, if you don't feel like you're the best version of yourself, like where is there opportunity for you to step forward within your purpose? And this can be anything, right? I'm not saying you necessarily have to transition jobs, but maybe you need to take a little bit more time for yourself. Maybe you need to spend more time with your family. That's part of your purpose. Part of your purpose is raising people that are going to be their best version of themselves and don't feel disconnected from their parents.
Mm. That's
Do you know why I
huge.
can say that? Because that's how I felt. So like, how much time are you spending with your kids? How much like energy are you actually putting into them? Like that can be part of your purpose as well, sure. But you also need to realize that these kids need to be taught to do something. So if you're not aligning with your purpose, you're teaching these kids that they have to follow into a job that they don't truly like, that when they grow old, they have to be focused on material items that don't truly fulfill them. And then they have to be around people and surround themselves with people that do the same, because your friends are a reflection of the people, of the habits and systems that you put in. If you love your purpose and you love what you're doing, you're not going to hang around with people that complain about their job and their manager every week because you love what you do. And I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. Like you can work for an amazing company and be connected within that and make a huge impact. But at the same time, you can work for a company and be draining your life away because you're not truly enjoying what you're doing.
So true. So true. And with the children aspect, like just imagine how like your kids feel. Like my son just turned 1 and it's like I know that I'm going to be showing up living this purpose every single day and he's going to see that. And like I think so often children no, every single time. If you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, they're like, they could say anything. Like they come with the craziest shit. They're like, I don't know. I'm going to be the very first person to like go to a different galaxy. Like they'll say things like that and they are truly believe it. And then at some point, society kind of sits them down and says, all right, look, that was a great dream when you were 4, but now it's time to get real. So what career path are you going to follow? And like, how are you going to climb this corporate ladder? Like at some point, something shifts and they're told to like grow up. And I think that is a place where like, we don't got to go down like that rabbit hole, but like, I think that's one place where more people need to step into this purpose so that it brings younger generations. And I already kind of see this happening with like the movement of entrepreneurship. More people are realizing around the world that they don't have to choose or make sacrifices. But then it's realizing like if your purpose is to be a better parent, like we were just touching on, don't sit your ass down on the computer all day long because you work from home and you want to be around your kids, but you're actually not present for them. It's you've got to find purpose in everything and be present for those moments. Like, and that's something that I talk about all the time in my content because it's way too easy to fall in that trap of just like overworking and over consuming and forgetting that life happens outside of it's all connected is what I'm trying to say.
It's all connected. Yeah. And this has been a beautiful opportunity for us to share. And if you guys are joining this a little bit late, like the 3 points that we covered were, what do you want to do? Get the fuck out of your comfort zone and connect to your why. Why do you want to do this? That's really the 3 key focal points here. And I feel like, you know, if you want to elevate to that everyone goes whenever we talk alive, right? Anyway, anytime somebody talks about our content, there's the person that goes, oh yeah, that was great, and then doesn't actually do anything. So there's the second person that actually like takes action and starts going, I'm going to start working on this, I'm going to start working on this, which is awesome. So I would push for anybody listening to start stepping towards that second person. Or there's the third person who's like, hey, like these people figured it out, like maybe they can guide me a little bit better. So that's what both me and Jamie have done. Like we were like, hey, like we're a little bit disconnected somewhere with our purpose, let's connect with somebody that's going to elevate ourselves. So if you feel that's you, then definitely reach out to us. We'll be happy to guide you in some kind of way. But really, this is about you. It's about your what. It's about getting out your comfort zone. And it's about your why. Connect to those 3 things and flourish.
And you will be aligned with purpose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. I cannot wait. So, yeah, you guys, our DMs are open. We mean that. Like, please, like, if you are lurking in the background, and you're aligning with this message at all and this is resonating with you and you're feeling that call, like don't keep lurking because we can't help you if you stay in the background. Like you've got to be willing to step out of that comfort zone, get a little uncomfortable and just reach out. That's all, because you never know, one conversation can change your life. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that 1 hour with my client, literally, she's quitting her job after 20 years of being in a cleaning job she hates. She's literally going to quit this week. And then she's going to get her roller skates at the same time. And she's just going to like build a community and she's going to like start baking. She was like, I can do like Meals on Wheels. I was like, let's fucking do it. Like, let's do it.
See, and that's the beautiful thing. It's like, when you have somebody else in your corner to help you understand how this all works, it not only becomes a reality, but it's a lot less frustrating because somebody they walk you through the process instead of you like spinning around, like trying to figure it out on your own. So I love
Mhm.
that. Yeah. Those conversations, like, they could save a life. Like you guys, it is no joke. Just we're here for you.
Yeah, we hear
We've
from
got to do
you.
this more.
We'll be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest kick in the ass, and yeah, 100%. We'll definitely do this more. Definitely like connect with all of you guys. So if you guys like this, like, do let us know in the comments, and we'll be happy to do some more. If you've got any topics you want us to cover, we'll be happy to guide a little bit more. But this was beautiful, Jamie. Thank you so much for
Yes.
being the host of this.
Thank you so much.